What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tru Element 78 in the building with
your one and only reigning, defending Mondo Lucha Hall of Famer, the X-Man, Xavier Mustafa.
And everybody's favorite narcissist, the natural Chris Black.
And today is a very special edition of Saturday Night Slamcasters. We are here to discuss and give you our predictions for AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view, which is going to be happening on May 30th from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. But we are joined today with a special guest who you will hear on a future YouTube video with us, where we discuss the Condemned movie, a WWE film starring Stone Cold Steve Austin. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name's Flynn, retired independent professional wrestler. Back in the day, they used to call me Dyron. Nobody could say that right. I got paid to yell at people then. Now I get paid to yell at people behind a mic, and that's about where we are. I'm just good at yelling.
So like I said, you'll be able to check him out on a future episode of our movie review series, and he'll be on the Condemned episode, and that is a pretty funny episode, and we get a couple of insights and stories on where the skeletons are kept with Xavier Mustafa. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page while you're over here. Leave us a thumbs up and hit that bell so you're notified whenever new episodes go up. But without any further ado, let's jump right into these predictions for the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And we're going to kick things off talking about the Casino Battle Royale, which, if you guys don't remember the rules for the Casino Battle Royale, or at least what the winner gets, is that the winner gets a title opportunity. And so far for that match that have been announced, we have Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Prez 10 Vance, Stu Grayson, Nick Camarado, QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Penta El Zero, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Sydal, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, Jungle Boy, and there's going to be a mystery entrant.
I'm going with Christian winning this. That's the only one of any type of name value that got in that battle royal.
I agree. That's got to be the one, especially with the way they brought him in. That's got to be the way it goes.
He's going to come in and pull the edge, winning the Royal Rumble.
Except we're not as great as a pop.
I don't know. At this point in his career, I don't know if him and Omega can pull off a good match or not. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I'm sure they can both pull off a good match, but will they have chemistry? And I don't know. I have concerns about Kenny Omega and Christian Cage, but like Mustafa said, there's really nobody else unless we go with to be determined, which okay, so all the internet marks, they're just thinking that Daniel Bryan's going to show up. Folks, he's not showing up. So please, let's not have a replay of the Royal Rumble where everyone was expecting him to be number 30 and then Rey Mysterio came out and he got booed out of the building. Don't do that to whoever is the wild card in this match.
It's going to be CM Punk. No,
it's going to be Samoa Joe.
You think so, or are you ribbing us?
I think it's going to be Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe is going to come in and he's going to choke out Christian Cage.
If Joe is the secret guy, I don't know how that will go over in the locker room if he wins and challenges Kenny Omega, but I'd be much more interested in Samoa Joe versus Kenny Omega than anyone else on that list.
If they were smart, I don't know if they know they got this other company that they're working with called Impact Wrestling. If they had one of those guys enter it and win.
Like who?
But
who's already got a title shot?
But since they bury an Impact,
Would Rich Swann make sense to get his rematch?
It would.
That's a good way for him to lose another match.
Yeah. If they did something like that, it would have to come down to him and Christian, though.
You know what? I'd be in favor of Rich Swann winning and getting another shot. Well, actually getting a shot at the AEW title.
That's what I would do. Yeah, I got that working relationship. Use it.
Then it'll just be EC3.
Yeah, what is he doing right now? He's not even. Wasn't he in Ring Honor?
Yeah,
he got a medical issue right now, and
But
he's in Ring of Honor.
He's got some kind of thing he's promoting with Zack Ryder, or the former Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, that's supposed to be. They're putting it out this weekend. It's called like a Free the Narrative match or something like that. I have no clue what it's about, but they keep posting everything on Instagram. So
Yay, cinematic matches. Thank you, Corona.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the mystery entrant because I think Christian is gonna come down to Christian and whoever the mystery person is, and I don't think that Christian's gonna pull it out because the one thing that Kenny Omega is longing for right now is an actual threat to his title, and Christian isn't that guy just yet.
you know what though, there is one guy on here that I'm seeing that I would be 100% okay with if they went with him, but I don't think they will since his brother has power in the company. But if they went with Dustin Rhodes and he finally got his big push or he got to be a champion, I would be 100% okay with that.
Oh, no, his brother having power in the company. That don't mean anything. They put themselves over all the fucking time.
True.
So Dustin Rhodes, I don't know why I'm calling him Dustin. Well, anyway, you know he's going to put off a good match. He's been busting his ass. So I would definitely want to see him against Kenny Omega.
And he moves better than half the guys younger than him. So, I mean, he can go with just about anybody.
He ain't taking a one-wing angel, but it'll still be a good match.
I don't know.
All right, next up, we got Hangman Adam Page taking on Brian Cage. And I'm going to go with Hangman Adam Page withstanding the onslaught from Brian Cage.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going with, what's his name? Not Brian Cage, the other guy. Adam Page. There we go. I forgot his name that quick.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Adam Page because fuck Brian Cage.
I would have to go with Adam Page too. So
Brian Cage is the absolute worst.
Then next up, we got Sting and Darby Allin taking on Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, and this is not a cinematic match.
Oh God!
So
I think
Sting
the heels,
taking 5 bumps, under or over.
I think the heels should win, and I'm gonna go with under.
I'm going to go with over 5. But Sting is definitely getting the hot tag. Darby Allin is taking most of the heat. He's doing most of the match.
I agree with that. I think it's going to be under though.
So we're all going to be counting the bumps.
All right. I'm going to go with, I think the heel should go over here. Since Darby doesn't have the title right now, I think Darby could go with a little moving down. It makes no sense to bring in Ethan Page to just be jobbing right now like that, him and Scorpio Sky. And I think you give them the victory here and build them up as a tag team to possibly take on the Young Bucks at some point, because I think that could be a really good match.
Okay, I might be a little late here. Matter of fact, I know for a fact I'm late. Why the fuck are these two tagging together, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page?
It's something that happened on Dark.
Because reasons.
And they both feel like they've kind of not had their fair shake in AEW so far. So next, we got Cody Rhodes taking on Anthony Ogogo. And it's no longer the Nightmare Cody Rhodes. It's the Dream, the American Dream Cody Rhodes. I don't think we could have. I think this is one of those rare moments where AEW doesn't give us a winner, because you're going to have the Nightmare family out there, or should I say the Factory, and Cody Rhodes and Arn Anderson. So
I think Cody's putting over Anthony Ogogo. They may do it in a dirty way where they'll have a rematch down the line and continue the program, but I'm giving it to Ogogo.
I'm wrong with the Go-Go as well.
yeah, I'm going to go with Ogogo, but I also think I think this might be one of those rare moments where it's just a disqualification. So Cody might win the battle, but he's going to lose the war.
So you think the program's going to continue? I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done after this match.
Well, you still got they still got to get the QT Marshall. So
But still, I think it could be a dirty finish with QT causing Cody to lose. So I think Anthony would be the choice to go with there.
All right, and then we have the TNT Championship match. Is going to be Miro taking on Lance Archer, and I know Chris Black is going to have a lot of thoughts on this.
Oh my God! Well, this is a lose-lose situation because if Miro wins, then okay, let me start over. So if Lance Archer loses, he's done. He's no longer taken as a threat. He done lost all of his big matches. It's a wrap for him. If Miro loses, then he's a fluke champion, a transitional champion. So this is a lose-lose situation for both of these guys. I think they kind of booked themselves in a corner with these two. I think they should have booked this match down the line and had Lance Archer take it from Miro. I don't know. I just think that Lance Archer has too many big losses under his belt. I don't think he can recover after another one. So I really am not in favor of this match, period. So I'm not even going to give a prediction. I think it's whoever wins, it's a lose-lose situation.
I agree with that 100%. And I think part of it too is, like you said, I don't think Lance Archer can recover if he loses this one. And if he does lose in some way, shape, or form, they need to take him off TV for a good bit. Let him, let all that go away and then bring him back again. But I mean, like you bring him in as a monster, but like you said, he's got all these notable losses. Where's the threat value?
Right.
And then Miro, he's pretty much floundered, I would say, too. He hasn't lived up to the hype that everybody else expected for it. So, I mean, what do you do there? Like you said, they booked himself into a corner. However, I would totally be okay if he lost the title if Jake Roberts hit him over the head with his oxygen tank. But that's just me.
All right, so based off the promo that was done last week, I believe in Miro again because I first thought they buried the shit out of him. But I thought Lance Archer did himself no favors in his promo. So I say go with Miro.
Let me just say that I like the direction that they're giving Miro right now. I just don't agree with this matchup between these two. I like Miro's character right now. I like the fact that he's dominant. I don't think that him and Lance Archer should be having this match.
I mean, I agree. I don't understand why Darby Allin didn't get his rematch, but okay, whatever.
Man, I almost got to know what it felt like to be Xavier Mustafa right there. Everybody got to go. And he was like, based on the promo he cut, I was like, oh, he about to steal my point. But he didn't steal my point. So thank you, Xavier Mustafa, for not being as profound as myself. So based on the promo that Miro cut, I'm thinking that now I'm forgetting Jake the Snake. I'm thinking that Jake the Snake is going to cause Lance Archer to lose, and he's going to snap on Jake the Snake to get some heat back on himself, because Miro said that you got Jake the Snake holding you back, like he's not doing you any favors. So I think that we're gonna get a more vicious Lance Archer out of this, because if you notice, Jake the Snake hasn't even been doing any speaking for Lance Archer. He's kind of just been out there, somewhat in the way.
Okay, I'll go with that. I'll go with that finish. If Jake Roberts costs him the match and Lance Archer just, in a safe way, beat the shit out of Jake Roberts, I can accept that.
Yeah. Like, I think we're going to get the heat on him from taking out Jake the Snake, and then he's probably going to be off TV for a while. And
then is Jake Roberts gone from AEW?
Oh, yeah, Jake Roberts going to be gone for AEW. He'll probably be doing some backstage work, maybe. But
what if he ends up managing Miro?
That's what I was going to say. Or he's going to end up managing somebody else who needs somebody to speak for them.
And then he adds Jade Cargill.
No, you know what? That might be what actually happens. Imagine if he gets kicked out of being Lance Archer's manager and he becomes Jade Cargill's manager, because she is looking for representation.
And he has a snake.
Black Snake Moan. But I'm gonna go with Miro retaining because I think that it's way too early to take it off of him. Next up, we got the AEW's Women's World Championship on the line as Hikaru Shida defends against Britt Baker, DMD.
I think Britt Baker takes this.
Hikaru Shida has been champion for over a year now. And yes, time for her to chase once again. So I'm going to go with Britt Baker.
Yep, I'm going to go with Lady Isaac Yankum, too.
I don't know if you know, but she's a dentist. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Oh, that's what the doctor is for. I'm going with Britt Baker, although only time will tell how this title run goes. I still consider her to be very green in the ring. She's got her character down. I mean, she plays the role pretty well, but question her ability in the ring a little bit. Not to say that she's bad, but she's still very green to me.
I think this is going to go with Britt Baker winning. And then, this is my fantasy booking. Britt Baker wins. Thunder Rosa takes it off of her. And later on down the line, we're going to have a title unification match with the NWA Women's World title and the AEW Women's World title.
See, I don't think
Serena Deeb is going to defend against Thunder Rosa.
I don't think it's going to be Thunder Rosa. I think it's going to be Serena Deeb first.
She's going to have all the gold.
I think it'd be Serena Deeb versus Britt Baker first.
Why would AEW and NWA merge their titles?
Because NWA is barely in business.
For NWA.
Because Billy's tired of paying all these bitches.
Either that or Camille is going to come over and take the belt.
Oh God, no.
Because she's their Jade Cargill. So. But I know she's getting ready for a bodybuilding show, so I doubt she's going to be interested in wrestling right now. So
I can't say what I know about her. Oh boy!
Table that.
We will talk about that offline. I
right? I got to hear this.
Quagmire. All right.
Hey, is it as good as what was that Asian girl name? Si Young. Because remember what she was doing when I was down there.
Oh, yeah. We were cool during that time too, but
yeah, she was cool. I just didn't understand why that was going on, but
I see Tennessee was the spot to be, huh?
Whole lot of sexual weirdness going on in the state of Tennessee.
Buddy,
you dropping condoms at Hooters or whatever. Like, be sure to check out the Condemned movie review for those stories. Talking about I'm a deviant on our podcast all the time. He said, Mustafa, you got exposed. We're definitely going to be having you back on the podcast.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. Next up, we got the AEW Tag Team titles being defended by the Young Bucks taking on Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley.
I'm always going to go against the Young Bucks, so I'm going with Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley.
Young Bucks retain.
Okay, so I feel like the attention should be more on Kenny Omega and not so much his cronies. So I'd be in favor of Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston just to shake things up. But I don't know.
Jon Moxley's about to have a baby.
Yeah. Plus, he's still got that IWGP US title that he never defends. Well, I'm not going to say that. He just had defense last week.
I get the feeling, though, like, they're going to end up putting it on Moxley and Kingston just to have them feud with Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Because I think, like, are they still running with that, or am I behind the times as far as that goes?
I'd actually like to see that. Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston against the Good Brothers. I'd actually like to see that, but
you actually like to see the Good Brothers.
Eddie Kingston kind of needs to win because he's basically been what I always said about Samoa Joe. He can talk you into the building, but then never get the job done. Same thing as The Rock. That used to be The Rock's major thing. Rock could talk all the shit he wanted to, talk you into the building, he'd go out there and lose.
Dude, so is Eddie Kingston kind of like the Jey Uso here? Because, like, Jon Moxley beat him, and now suddenly
the right buddies.
It's a life debt from all that shitty pyro back in like.
So he needs to get the so John Moxley needs to get the Nobody's Bitch shirt, and Eddie Kingston needs to have the Right Hand Man shirt.
Right. I've got a funny feeling that the Young Bucks is going to retain through by hook or by crook.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Young Bucks, like I said. So next up, we got the match that should have came first before we had Blood and Guts, but it's happening in this order: Stadium Stampede, Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle.
Inner Circle.
I say Pinnacle. Jericho wants time off. He's got to go on tour. Fozzy got shows to do and COVID to give out.
Yeah, so that's why the Inner Circle should go over. But
in a perfect world, though, the Pinnacle should go over. But I don't think the Trump supporter and the Inner Circle are going to disband. So probably going to be them. I wish it was the Pinnacle.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if the Inner Circle disbands, I can't see Jake Hager out on his own.
Mm-mm.
Sammy Guevara, Santana Ortiz, they'll be fine. Jericho will be fine. Jake Hager, however, I don't know.
I could see, I hate to say this, but I could see Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager being a pair right there, because you've got a small guy and then you've got a big heater for him. Now, because I would assume Jericho would be taking time off, but
they already formed themselves into Sammy Hagar. That was their tag team name.
Unless Jake Hagar defects.
Somebody turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the Pinnacle be like the NWO. They'd be too damn big. They already got 5 people. 6 if you count Tully.
Yeah, but Jake Hagar don't really wrestle either.
Well, he has
does when needed. He does when needed, but I mean, he's just the other guy.
I don't know. I think it's time for the Inner Circle to break up. They've been there since the show's inception, pretty much. And I think it's time for Sammy to go out on his own and start winning gold. He needs to be pursuing that TNT title, soon to be the Turner or TBS title or whatever they're going to call it.
I'm going with the Pinnacle though, because I don't think the Inner Circle's needed, especially not as baby faces.
Nope.
Yeah, the Pinnacle needs it. And also, Jericho is going to be a one-armed man. Unless he has somebody step in. So,
did I mention how much I hate the Stadium Stampede match idea?
I love the Stadium Stampede match idea, but I don't think it should have came in this order.
Will there be horses this year?
Will there be Northern Light suplexes across the ring or across the football field?
No, we might get a dance number though from MJF and Chris Jericho. They might do the beat it dance routine with knives. They're only putting this match on to make Jim Cornette's head explode. That's
about to say, Jim Cornette. If they do a dance number, I think Jim Cornette's just gonna quit the business totally.
Jim Cornette's gonna be like, "New Jack, I'm coming."
They'll be like, and then these goddamn idiots started doing a dance number. So I said, "Fuck you."
He's like, he's gonna be like, "New Jack, you crashed my shoot interview. Now I'm about to crash your ascent." Let's see, and then finally we got the AEW World Championship in a 3-way match. You're gonna have Orange Cassidy versus Pac versus the champion Kenny Omega. If you listen to our most recent episode, I believe I said it on the air, of how I think that 3-way matches should work. I think that they could change the industry because this is their first triple threat for the title. And the way I would like to see AEW change the industry, or at least change the concept of a triple threat match is, and Jim Cornette always complains about this, and I always complained about this too, because it never really makes sense to me. Like, the champion doesn't have to be involved in the decision. I don't really like that. I much rather like the idea of the champion having to win the match by pinning. He can pin whoever he wants to pin, but he has to fight off 2 people. So my idea for a triple threat match is that if you don't pin the champion, all you do is knock that person out of number 1 contendership and set yourself up for the one-on-one match. But if you pin the champion, then you win the belt from the champion. but the champion can pin whoever. So you still have champion's advantage because there's not a specific person you need to pin. But if you're not the champion, then you have the decision to make on, do you want to go through 2 matches or do you want to go for the gusto and win the big match? So I'd much rather have that concept.
Good luck changing that industry standard.
Dude,
I love that.
Not to shit on Orange Cassidy, but he's so not needed in this match. And I really would have enjoyed Omega versus Pac.
My son cussing you out right now. That's his favorite wrestler.
I mean, you're not wrong though, because it's like that's a styles clash, but not in a good way. Because I feel like, you know, obviously sometimes you have to slow down from these fast spots and everything, but I feel like I'm just going to call that comedy, throwing that into a main event match like that doesn't click in my mind. It's not something I would want to see, but I'd be 100% on board watching Pac and, you know, Kenny Omega go at it, because I know those two guys can go. They're athletic. They look like stars. So that's what I'd want to see. And I'd want to see Pac finally pull it out. But
mainly, I think I'm so over these fucking triple threat matches, and I'm not just talking about AEW. I mean, WWE is guilty, not New Japan, but
well, this is AEW's first triple threat match. So.
Yeah, but I'm just maybe the WWE just ruined it for me. I don't want to see another triple threat for the goddamn title. I just don't. Now I may be shocked because I am most of the time. Whenever Orange Cassidy has a match, I look at his opponent. I'm just like, I don't think that that'd be a good match. But then, like, you know, once Orange Cassidy gets going and actually starts firing up, that's when I really enjoy watching him. Like, he knows how to definitely build a match up. I just don't think he's necessary in this matchup right here. Pac's been putting in work since AEW's been around pretty much. He's been probably number 1 contender for how long, technically?
A good while.
Yeah. So I think he deserves a one-on-one match, especially against Kenny Omega. I think these two would just tear the roof off the place. Now, I could be wrong, and Orange Cassidy may add an element that just makes that match that much better, but I'm just an old school fan of one-on-one matches.
So what's your prediction?
Kenny Omega retains. Orange Cassidy eats the pin. Maybe that's why he's in it.
Kenny Omega obtains.
Kenny Omega's going to retain, but I'd love to see Pac pull it out.
I'm going to say Kenny Omega retains, and do we see Moose make an appearance after the match?
We should, but we won't.
All right. When is Slammiversary? Do you know?
July, right?
I will check it out.
All right, so while you check that out, I'm really looking forward to this pay-per-view. It feels like forever since we had our last pay-per-view. And so far, this card looks pretty good on paper. Like I said, my biggest contention with this entire card is the Stadium Stampede. This should have been the Blood and Guts match. Stadium Stampede should have been on free television.
It's the anniversary of July 17th.
I feel like if they were going to do a Stadium Stampede match, there was no reason under the sun to do the Blood and Guts match 3 weeks ago.
Right. Yeah.
What did you say about Slammiversary?
July 17th.
July 17th. Okay. So yeah, Moose could appear. I think Moose should appear because, like you said, AEW hasn't been giving Impact anything. They don't get any promotion. Mm-hmm. They don't nothing. Like, they gotta pay for their own commercials, and their belt is on AEW.
I don't know. I mean, Moose appears and did what?
Spears Kenny Omega.
After the match?
Yeah, after the match.
Anything's better than James Storm showing up, so.
God, now that you said that, he's going to be the to be announced.
Oh, God.
No.
More cowboy shit.
God, no.
Then we're going to get a tag team with James Storm and Hangman Adam Page.
But you're going to know when they lose then, because he'll have his boo-boo face on as soon as they come out of the curtain.
I'll quit watching wrestling if that asshole shows up.
Really? You don't like James Storm either?
I can't stand James Storm.
Who you dislike more? Double A or James Storm?
I like Double A more than James Storm.
Whoa. Wow, that's saying a lot.
Never expected that. Never expected that.
Just because.
Have you met James Storm in person?
No.
But here's the thing. At least Double A or Triple A or whatever we call him, without saying his whole real name, is a good wrestler when it comes down to it. I cannot deny that man. He's great at what he does. James Storm is terrible at what he does. And he thinks he's better than what he is, and I don't care for him.
Here's the fucking thing about him, right? I'm just going to go off on a sidebar because this was one of the last matches I ever had in the business. I get to the show early. I get dressed as you're supposed to do. I'm sitting there stretching out. I've already had my first match of the night, and they end up telling me, hey, we're going to put you in a 6-man in the main event with James Storm. I'm wearing a red and blue singlet with black boots. This motherfucker shows up. It's like, hey, you can't wear red. I'm wearing red in my match tonight. I'm like, well, sorry, this is all I brought, and I'm in your match, and you're wearing red and black. Black trunks with little red trim. This dude has a goddamn meltdown in the back because I'm wearing something that looks like his. And fucking Chase Stevens, of all people, is the voice of reason and says, dude, he was already here and dressed. It doesn't matter. He's not going to match us. Like, get the fuck over it, dude. If you were that concerned, get to the fucking show on time like you're supposed to. Get dressed and quit bitching about it. You fucking racist piece of shit.
Oh my God. This is not a good look for pro wrestlers. We're already got the got the reputation of being like catty runway models. This dude is arguing about he's wearing the same colors I'm wearing.
I'm sorry, but like, oh, the biggest thing I'm going to remember you for is that you couldn't cut it in NXT. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh man, I remember that one Legacy Pro show I came to, and there was this it was the one time that they had booked a woman on the show, and freaking Chris Black was back there like, she's wearing the same skirt as me, goddammit, she can't do that.
That's a violation. What you talking about?
But other than that, that has been your AEW predictions. Everybody want to give out your social medias?
You can catch me at Xavier Mustafa on Facebook and on Twitter.
Catch me at The Natural Chris Black on Instagram and on Facebook, and at _natural_CB on Twitter. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel, The Natural Chris Black, if you are a fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
And I am at the Flynn Hendrix on Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud.
Thank you, Mr. Hendrix. And you can catch me at Slamcaster TE78 over on Twitter. But I'm going to be possibly making my transition more over to Discord now. So be sure to follow our Discord server, Saturday Night Slamcasters over there. And each one of us has our own individual channels over there. You can check out Tru Element's Penthouse. You can check out Chris Black's Crack House. And you can check out Xavier Mustafa's Gutter. So with that being said, you can also check us out on Facebook, where we have 2 different pages. We have our Slam board, which is more like a chat room, but again, that may be transitioning more over to Discord. And we have our official Slamcasters page over there as well. You're here on the YouTube, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Just let us know what you think of the show. And also be sure to ring that bell so you're notified whenever new episodes go up. And check us out wherever you get your favorite podcast from. Completely different content than what you get over here on the YouTube channel. So other than that, we up out of here. Holla at your boys. Come get slammed. Peace.